How candle makers can get predictable sales every day without a complicated store or posting 24/7 on social media, even if you don't have an existing customer base and never sold one before. My unique method removes all the guesswork and simplifies the entire process. One, two, three. Three steps to get your candle business to a six-figure income. Phase number one, you got to have a good product. Phase number two, you got to have a proven system to sell them. Phase number three, you got to get traffic. These are the three phases of the system, and these are my results. After we set the system up in our business, it skyrocketed. Here's a screenshot of our Stripe sales in 2022. Obviously, I have to say that my results are not typical. I cannot guarantee these results. Yours may vary. But what I can do is show you my system so you can implement it into your candle business as well. I've got a proven system and templates. Just copy and paste what I've done. This simply works, and it will work for any candle business. If you're here, you likely got a great candle. You just want to be able to sell it and get paid for your passion. You're feeling ready to go all in on candles, but you just don't know how to make your passion profitable. You've probably tried selling on Etsy, selling on Facebook Marketplace, setting up booths at fairs, paying for booths in retail stores, doing pop up shops, selling B2B wholesale, and e commerce. Plus, you're probably posting 50 times per day on social media for organic traffic that only seems to walk away rather than buy. And it's not working because your attention is pulled in too many directions. You don't know whether to go up, down, left, right, or reverse. And you're overwhelmed by the amount of time and materials you've invested into candle making without getting paid for your efforts. And this leaves you left feeling lost, defeated, confused, exhausted, and burnout. You just want to do what you love, make candles, and get paid well for it. You want to feel free to quit your job, proud of your craft, and the power of being your own boss. You're desperate for something that is fulfilling and rewarding, but also provides time freedom and financial freedom. If only you could break free from the rat race. I know exactly how you feel. This was me in 2017, overweight, overworked, and exhausted. First off, I just want to let you know it's not your fault, and all that ends right now. Today, you're going to learn how to sell your candles consistently, price them what they are worth, have time freedom, and enjoy being a candle business owner. Without Etsy, without Facebook Marketplace, without booths at fairs, without retail booths, without B2B wholesale, and without e commerce. Plus, without any previous results. Hi, I'm E. Strickland, the owner, creator, and CEO of Rustic Territory. We are a farmhouse and candle company out of Fort Worth, Texas, established in 2017. I used to be an over the road truck driver, working 60 to 70 hours per week. I used to feel trapped, hopeless, and depressed. I tried everything to start a side hustle: banner ads, eBay, affiliate marketing, network marketing, telemarketing, social media agencies, e commerce. And those are just the few I remember. I literally tried everything I came across on the internet and nothing was working. I felt handcuffed to my truck, literally just driving my life away. 11 hours a day, 6 days a week. Before, I mentioned e commerce. It was the last thing I randomly tried and what I decided to stick with till it worked. But it wasn't what turned everything around. So stay tuned. After driving all day at night, I worked on building my Shopify store from the laptop in the cab of my truck. Here's a picture of literally some of the crap I used to eat for dinner. I started Rustic Territory 12/22 of 2017, selling farmhouse decor only. And I didn't make my first sale till April of 2018. And as exciting as this first sale was, it wasn't going to pay the bills. So I kept driving and working on the store for 2 years. I would randomly get sales, but they were not predictable or enough to depend on. One rare day off, I was visiting my mother, and she started showing me her recent candle she had made. It was in the shape of a cupcake. It had icing and even sprinkles on top. It was really pretty, and if it didn't have a wick in the middle of it, you would think it was a real cupcake. She made pies, donuts, and all sorts of candles and tarts. They were adorable. She had been making them for years just for fun. I always told her that she should start selling them, but she never listened. Then, that day, I had an idea. Hey, I have a store. Why don't we make candles together and I could sell it online? And that is where my candle making journey began. My first candle batch, I remember very clearly. I had planned it for weeks, and finally, after all the supplies had arrived in my house, I put them in the truck and went to mom's house, where we stayed up all night in her kitchen making a 2-layer caramel candied apple candle. What a mouthful, right? The bottom half was red and candied apple scented, and the top half was tan and caramel scented. We used mason jars and labels I had printed at Office Depot, then topped off the jar with a hemp rope bow tie around the top. We made 30 total and I listed them for sale on my website. It was Black Friday week of 2019, and I even listed them on sale. But guess what? Nothing happened. Crickets. Absolutely nobody bought a single freaking candle. We were devastated. So, do you want to see what my first candle looked like? All right, here you go. I called them Mom's Candles, and although we liked them, they turned out to be a complete waste of time and money after not being able to sell a single one, which it would have been if I would have given up. But lucky for me and you, I am no quitter. So after licking my wounds and getting over the first note, I went back to the drawing board. The next two steps I made were absolutely critical in my candle making journey. Number one, I surveyed my audience. One of my business mentors always says the best way to grow a business is to ask your customers what they want and then give it to them. And so that is exactly what I did. I noted down everything they wanted from the surveys and completely redesigned my candle. Then the second step I did was even more important. I started taking pre orders before ever ordering any supplies or making anything. That way, if nobody bought, I wasn't out any time or money at all. And if they did buy, then I would use the pre-order money to order the supplies and come home one weekend per month to make candles before having to get back out on the road. But even after I quit trucking, I have stuck to the pre-order model. It works so well and gives me that time freedom. So that's how I accidentally created a candle business working only one weekend per month. It was out of pure necessity rather than by design. This time, with a new candle design and pre order setup, I sold my first candle. Thank you, baby Jesus. But still, the problem was Shopify had given us random and unreliable sales. So I kept trucking and would come home one weekend per month to make and ship a few candles, then rinse and repeat for months. This continued until I broke down, literally, for the last damn time. I had had enough. Trucking was killing me, emotionally and physically. That next week, September of 2021, at a business conference, I made up my mind. I'm done. I'm quitting my job with only the faith in myself to succeed and 6 months savings. It was the most exciting and scary time of my life. I decided to bet on myself and go all in with just faith and savings. I had managed to save up about 6 months of savings and give myself cushion. And I just knew if I worked on my business full time for 6 months, I was going to be able to finally grow it. By the way, I don't recommend this. It literally feels like you're jumping out of a plane and building your parachute before you hit the damn ground. Scariest thing I ever did. And I was a US Marine for 10 years before I even started trucking. Soon as I got back home, I started working full time, 16 to 18-hour days, 7 days a week, on my business. It felt like throwing darts just to see what would stick, most of which did not. By mid November of 2021, I was running on fumes with very little progress. So I did the second scariest thing ever. I invested my last $10,000 in a business coach. It was either going to work or I was going to have to give up and go back to trucking, something I did not want to do. I was desperate to make my dreams come true. So, this third step that I did was vitally important. I took a huge leap of faith, invested in a coach who I believed in, and this is what happened next. The new system my coach gave me helped us hit our first $30,000 month in less than 2 months, and it wasn't using our Shopify store. And it only took off from there. Before I showed you the first year after we implemented this system, and here I want to show you the second year so you can see that this was not a fluke and it kept working year after year. Some months will be better than others. That's just the nature of how seasons work. But overall, we did more in sales the second year with this new system in place. This works even if you've heard the candle market is saturated. The global candle market was valued at $14.06 billion in 2024. The USA candle market generates approximately 3.14 to 4.5 billion dollars annually, and it's projected to increase to 6 billion by 2023. Candles are a consumable product. This is super key. Consumable products are things you use once and then it's gone. So you have to buy another one. Things like food, TP, hygiene gear, beer, cigarettes are all examples of consumables. And what you don't realize is that you're basically on a subscription your whole life because you run out, you buy more. You run out, you buy more. Candles are the exact same. Can you tell me how many candles you bought in your lifetime? Probably not. That's huge because it's super important to understand that the product you sell has repeat demand in the market, meaning you will never not have a customer base. So, what are you waiting for? Now's your time to claim your slice of the pie. I did, and I've been able to eliminate stress. Here's what life looks like now. I get to travel whenever I want to. I lost all that weight. I go to business conferences often to meet other entrepreneurs and network. Plus, I get to do what matters most, spend time with friends and family. This is my sister Jerica and two of her little kiddos, Jude and Rossi, on the far right. But with that being said, you have two choices: the hard way or the easy way. This picture I found online reminds me of when I was a trucker. There were plenty of breathtaking views like this going through Colorado, Utah, and Nevada. And right now, you have two choices on how you want to travel that road to the top of the mountain. Number one, you can go the slow turtle pace like I did of trying to do it all on your own with no help, guidance, resources, or guarantees that you ever will, guessing the whole way. Or number two, you can capitalize on my efforts and jump into the race car that is already proven to work and will get you to the top of the mountain in days instead of years. That choice is 100% yours to make. So, first, I just want to be clear. This is not for you if you're a total newbie candle maker and you're just looking for a fun new hobby. You love your job or life as is, and you only make candles just for fun or relaxation, and you have no intention of making it into a real business. Or you already have a successful candle business, brick and mortar perhaps, with a full staff. But this is for you if you have been making candles for a while and already made up your mind you want to turn it into a real business, you just don't know how. You're not new to candle making and you already have dialed in your recipe. You're ready to go full time but don't know where to start. You hate your job or life as is and you are looking for a way to break free with the candle industry. You don't have a recipe dialed in yet, but you're a quick learner and you're serious about going all the way with candles. And this is for you if you've sold candles before but need a way to make sales more consistently. And last but not least, if you already have a candle business and it's not doing well or as well as you want it to, and you're looking for something to bolt on to your existing business to help increase sales. The three things we covered today. Part one, the 7 biggest mistakes that separate the struggling candle makers from those who make 6 and 7 figures. Part number two, how to position yourself in front of your candle customers as often as you want with a simple picture. And part number three, how to automate the entire customer journey and generate more sales while actually doing less work. All right, so let's move right into part number one. Big mistake number one, worrying about competition. Competition is only an issue if you surround yourself in a crowded free marketplace like Etsy or Facebook Marketplace, where everyone is in a race to lower their prices in hopes of making sales. Meanwhile, you can charge whatever you want and what your products are actually worth somewhere else. Not to mention, when you sell in places like Etsy and Facebook Marketplace, you don't own the business. They do. And they can kick you off for whatever reason they want anytime that they want. Trust me, I know this. Big mistake number two, overcomplicating it with an e commerce store. Believe me, I personally know this one all too well. Everyone thinks you need an online store, but setting one up is hard. You have to add about 50 pages to your store, plus stuff them all with products, then manage it all. And on the high end, the average e commerce store converts at 3%. That means for every 100 people who visit, only 3, if you are lucky, will actually buy. Most people just get shiny object syndrome looking at all the products, get overwhelmed, and then leave. Yes, we still have an e commerce store, but that's only because I started it first, and it's not where we make the majority of our money. And if I had to start business all over again, I would just do candles. That's why building an online store is a huge time waster. All you need is a simple sales system that makes sales 24/7 and is easy to manage and scale. This is why you feel stuck. You're building these complicated stores and you still have empty carts. Big mistake number 3, not bringing your business online and only doing booths at fairs or retail stores or pop up events. Number 1, you're very limited on the amount of people who will actually see your products. Why show your product to a few hundred when you can show it to thousands per day? Number 2, sometimes you lose money, sometimes you break even, and sometimes you might get lucky. And number 3, it's a lot of work on a gamble that might pay off and might not. You got to prep a ton of product, box it all up, load it in the truck, take it to the location, pay the fees, unload the truck, unbox and set up your product or booth, and wait. Then box it up what's left over, load it back in the truck, take it home, and unload it again, hopefully with a few extra bucks when it's all said and done. Recently, I asked a retail store on Main Street that had booths for rent for more information out of pure curiosity. They told me it was $350 per month for a spot, and if I sold anything, they would write me a check for my cut after they deducted theirs, of course, once a month. No thanks. I like to have control over when I get paid. Otherwise, I would have stayed an employee. So again, fairs, retail booths, and pop-up events are a ton of work for very little, if any, reward. Big mistake number 4. Here's the problems with taking out a loan and getting your own brick and mortar store. Recently, I was also curious and started shopping around. They wanted $3,500 a month for this building, and that's just a lease. That's not even lease to own. So you're just throwing away money on rent like an apartment. If I buy anything, I want to own it like my house. But a lot of commercial buildings will not let you do this. Okay, so let's say that you buy the building or you lease the building. Then you got to fully staff it. Employees come with more overhead and more taxes. Then you got to be there to open up, unlock, and let everyone in every day. Manage the employees, which means you also will be the last one to leave every day. And when you are not there, you got to worry about it getting broken into, especially nowadays with all the small businesses getting broken into with these crazy raids in the streets. And I already work from home. So why would I want to create a job for myself? I don't know about you, but I got into business to create freedom for myself. So by not doing brick and mortar, I'm able to sleep in every day if I want and work from the comfort of my recliner if I want. Oh, and I don't even have to get dressed if I don't want to. Half the time I'm in my PJs. So yeah, I think I'll stay right here and chill. Big mistake number 5 is the biggest time waster of them all. Posting your product on every single social media and hoping someone buys. 99% of organic traffic does not convert. And that's even if they see it. Because the way the algorithms are designed, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. If you don't pay to post, they don't show your content to your followers. Right now, we have over 65,000 followers on Facebook, and if we post something for free on our page, then check the status the next day on how many people it actually showed the post to, it only got 25 to 30 eyeballs. That's why organic is so slow. People have to actually find you. And last time I checked, you can't pay your bills with views, likes, and smiley faces. Big mistake number 6, undercharging for your products. Again, constantly putting your candles on sale is only a race to the bottom. You do not have to undercharge for your candles just to sell them. The only prize for being the cheapest in town is going out of business, and you don't want that. Biggest mistake number 7, not investing in your business or yourself. No one really that I have ever heard of has bought a cheap course and went on to make millions of dollars. If you want to know what the millionaires are doing, you have to pay to pick their brain. Remember how I was stuck, but I invested my last $10,000 into a business coach? His name was Trey Llewellyn. And after I did, I went on to make over $1 million in sales in the next 2 years. I would not have been able to do that without having a mentor, someone who has been there and done that before. My return on investment was life changing. All right, so here's the mistake recap. Mistake number one is worrying about competition. Again, that's not an issue if you're not selling on a crowded marketplace. Mistake number two, setting up a complicated e commerce store. It's not necessary and it's a huge time waster. And then also, they don't even convert very well. Mistake number three, only selling local at fairs, retail, and events. Again, you're limited on location. You might get maybe 50 to 100 people to look at your product in one day. But what I'm going to show you is how to get thousands of people to look at your stuff every day. Mistake number four, trying to go full on brick and mortar. This is a huge problem, especially for beginners. They think that they got to, do everything by the book, old school, and, invest in all this overhead, take out loans and hire employees and all this stuff. And then that's when you see those shows like Bar Rescue where they bit off more than they could chew. They didn't know how to run the actual business to make the actual money. And now they're going bankrupt. Okay. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. And again, you're going into business to create freedom, not a job for yourself. Mistake number five, posting endlessly on social media hoping for sales. It's just a total waste of time. It doesn't work and it's exhausting. And then you run into trolls that talk crap anyway, and then it deflates you and makes you lose motivation. And it's just not good for you. Mistake number six, undercharging for your candles. Again, you don't have to do this. Mistake number seven is not investing in your business or yourself. I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't do that. Part number two, how to get in front of your customers as often as you want with a simple picture. All right, so in order to run a successful business, you need traffic. No traffic equals no sales, equals no profits, equals failure. If you don't know what traffic is, basically it's customers, okay? You got to get in front of customers, you got to drive them to your store. We call this traffic. And that is the one make or break of any business. If you have no customer eyeballs on your offers, nobody can buy it. If nobody buys it, you stay broke and eventually quit. Every business needs traffic to stay in business. The problem with free traffic, again, free traffic sounds great, but you have to post 10 to 20 times per day, per platform for it to ever work. If it does, and again, it's a ton of time. You spend hours researching what kind of content to produce. It takes months, if not years, to see any results from organic. It's not guaranteed. You will easily waste 10 hours per day with little, if anything, to show for it. And you risk your number one asset, your time. There's absolutely zero guarantees, and most time it's hit or miss. Free traffic strategies are slower than snail mail. You need customers now. That's why I'm going to introduce you to paid traffic. You put a little money in, you get more out on the back end, then you repeat. Paid traffic equals control and guaranteed customers. All you got to do is turn on the traffic tab. You want more sales? Turn the traffic up. It's limitless. You spend $10, you get $50 in return. Rinse and repeat again and again and again. Let's compare free traffic versus paid traffic. It's night and day difference. You can turn on ads, you make money, you turn off ads, you don't. It's crazy, but it's true. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. And I don't know about you, but I'll take the green lights all day long over constant red lights, especially when it comes to making money. If you master paid traffic, it's just like plants. If you water them, they grow. If you feed your business traffic, it grows. And again, here's some examples of what's possible. Okay, so you've understood. Paid traffic is a necessity. Check. Which one works best for candles? My weapon of choice is Facebook. I don't know if you know, but Facebook owns Instagram. So you can run ads on both at the same time. And I've tried ads on other platforms. Hands down, Facebook has them all beat. As soon as I turn traffic on Facebook, I make money. Other platforms, not so much. It's more like a slow drip of traffic/customers. And again, business is about speed. So that's why we run most our paid traffic through Facebook. Facebook is the best beginner option. They have an easy setup, they give you fast traffic, and it converts, giving you instant sales. Other ad platforms like Google are super complicated and slow or unreliable. Again, we've tried them all. And on Etsy, everyone is fighting over the same traffic. Meanwhile, you can turn on your own traffic stream with Facebook and siphon out customers in a huge crowd, completely unnoticed. That's why Facebook is king of traffic. This is the reason Facebook's amazing. They got 3.07 billion monthly users. Approximately 2 billion people use Facebook daily, and they have the best algorithm. That means you don't have to have any targeting to get in front of your customers. It knows exactly what its members want, and it's easily able to serve it to them, giving you what you want, which is buyers. The possibilities with paid Facebook is you get sales every day, you earn while you sleep, it works 24/7 so you don't have to, and you're able to grow your business to the moon, literally. Here's an overview of how Facebook ads work. Someone scrolling Facebook, they click on your candle picture, it takes them to your offer, they buy. All you need is a picture of your candle and a few words to make an ad. It's really not hard at all. Now, I know you're probably feeling like Lucy right here. Trust me, I thought it would be difficult too and super complicated, but it actually turned out to be very simple and straightforward. Actually, I found over the years, the more simple you keep ads, the better they work. So, you understand how powerful this can be? Simply set it and forget it. You only need a handful of picture ads to make serious candle sales. Everyone thinks you need to do videos and get all fancy with TikTok and YouTube, but I'm telling you that you do not. We never do video ads on our candles, and I think we are doing just fine. These are the kind of numbers we're bringing in on a month by month basis with Facebook paid traffic. All right, so let's talk about part number 3, how to automate the entire process and generate more sales while actually doing less often. Huge mistake. Sending traffic to your online store or website and praying someone buys. Stop doing this. Online stores, even brick and mortar physical stores, are not designed to sell. They are just a location with a bunch of stuff to look at. People get option overwhelm and leave. That's why they convert so low. And that's why sending traffic that you paid for out of your pocket is a waste of money. Keeping your fingers crossed is not a strategy, so you shouldn't be doing it. You need a system, something that walks your customer through the sales process and only gives them simple decisions like, yes, I want the one thing, or no, I don't. By keeping things simple, you naturally get more buyers. What is this system? It's called a candle sales funnel. Just 3 pages, not 50 like an online store. Your customers go through them one at a time, each having one product, not 100, on it. So there is no overwhelm. Do you want it? Yes or no? There is nothing to distract them. No other candle sellers, no alternatives, no price comparisons. Just, hey, do you like this and want to buy it? And keep in mind, they already raised their hand saying they liked it when they clicked on your ad on Facebook. So as long as you have a good offer, it's a no brainer that they say yes. Plus, we give them the option to sign up for a subscription on the second page to get your candles every month. And we have our numbers dialed into a 20% take rate on that subscription. So that means for every 100 people who come through the front end, 20 of them join your monthly candle subscription, meaning now you have what is called MRR, monthly reoccurring revenue. That is money that comes in every single month on autopilot, just like your paycheck. This is how you grow a candle business, 3 simple pages. And the last page is just a thank you page for your order. It's super simple to set up and it only takes a few hours. Then it works for you 24/7. Here is what a candle sales funnel will do for you. Eliminate complicated store setup. You can launch the funnel in literally a few hours max. It only takes 3 pages to run an entire 6 or 7 figure candle business. You're able to eliminate all distractions for your customer with only one product per page. You're able to eliminate competition because you're the only offer they're looking at. And it allows you to charge whatever your product is actually worth because, again, you're not competing here. You're able to eliminate overwhelm for the customer by saying, hey, do you want this? Yes or no? And you're able to walk the customer through the sales process, 1 page at a time. And again, this creates MRR in your business, monthly reoccurring revenue. And the whole thing is fully automatic and runs 24/7. Just set it up and send traffic, and that's it. If you are selling retail/local events, your income is capped. If you're selling B2B wholesale, your income is random. Plus, with both these models, you are working in the business. You only created a job, and you want to be an owner and have a business work for you instead. Remember that your time is limited. One location is limited. Random B2B orders, they're not scalable. If you are selling on a website or e-commerce store, you have a leaking bucket. People look, then leave. You want to be an owner again and have your business work for you instead. The candle sales funnel does all the work for you and is completely automated. You're no longer trading time for money. Remember, you could be making way more money from the comfort of your recliner. This is what we did in sales recently in a single month. So there you go. This is the complete system, and I have been secretly using it for years. Paid Facebook traffic plus a proven candle sales funnel equals candle sales. Paid traffic is fast and easy to get. All you got to do is turn it on. Then it sends you hungry customers immediately who will go right through the sales funnel, giving you candle sales and subscriptions, allowing you to generate MRR, monthly recurring revenue, that will come in each and every month, giving you that financial freedom. Plus, using this design, they are all on a pre order. So you only have to fulfill orders one time per month, which you can easily do in one weekend, even by yourself. I did for years before ever hiring staff. And that is how you create true freedom with candles, both time and money. With this complete system, 3,000 a month becomes very easy. 5,000 per month becomes really easy, and 10,000 per month becomes surprisingly easy. You can scale your business from zero to whatever you want. Literally, the sky is the limit. So you can't afford to keep doing whatever you're currently doing because it's obviously not working. And if you know that it's possible to hit 10,000 per month, every single month that you let slip by, you are losing $10,000. And if you know that it's possible to hit 30,000 per month, every single month that you don't take action, you are leaving $30,000 on the table. I want you to be next. If you have been trying to sell candles for months or years, or what feels like a lifetime, and looking back over the last 12 months seems like just wasted time because you've been trying to sell candles unsuccessfully, I want to offer you an opportunity to stop playing small and let's go swim with the big fish. I'm offering you a completely free candle accelerator call with me where we can chat on Zoom. I can help diagnose your candle selling problems for you, show you why you're stuck, and together we can figure out if my system is a good fit for you and your candle business. You will leave this call with the exact blueprint that has taken us from 0 to 6 figures a year in sales. I will find out what's going wrong in your candle business, how to fix it, and give you a plan of action to get you to your income goals. And if it feels like a good fit, we may have the opportunity to talk about my coaching program, Rustic Candle Business Secrets. But please don't be offended if I don't offer you a spot in my coaching. I have more people interested right now than I have the ability to service. So I'm a little bit selective of who I work with, but if it feels like a good fit on Zoom, we may end up talking about it. It all starts with your free candle accelerator call. Then you may be invited for a chance to work with us further. Taking this call is the most important thing you can do right now. There's nothing better you could be doing. I've just shown you what is possible. Now is the time to get serious about making sales with candles by booking a call with me. So go ahead and book your call now by filling out the form on the next page. It's a short Q&A about yourself that lets us really hit the ground running once we get on the call. If you don't fill it out, you cannot schedule a call with me. I only want to speak to people who are serious about selling their candles. And we only have a few spots available over the next few days. So hurry and book your call now. Again, if you do not fill out the form, you will not get to book a call. So hurry and fill it out now to schedule your call with me. So go book your call now. We will not have this up much longer, and I cannot wait to speak to you.